माय नेम इज अमित सांगेकर. मेरा नाम है अमित सांगेकर. माझं नाव आहे अमित सांगेकर. वेलकम टू बियॉन्ड रीडिंग विथ यू सीझन 2 session 5. It's nice to see all of you here. I hope each one of you is doing well and staying safe in their own respective countries and in your houses. It's been nice getting feedback from a lot of people. There have been people who have helped in formulating the content, who have helped in making sure that I keep going and have no thoughts about quitting. So I'm very, very thankful to all those people who have continuously helped me in doing that. And thank you for all the other critical feedback also. It really helps in making these sessions at least a bit more interesting. So today, it's as I started speaking to people about poetry, or started the word started going around among other people, I started seeing some kind of a common thread, but a variation with variations with poetry. One of the common threads which I found regarding poetry is how age did not really matter when it came to love for poetry. So whether you were towards just getting exposed to very simple small poems, or whether you have now reached a stage where you have read a lot of poems, been exposed to a lot of them over a long period of time, and yet you have found some kind of a connection with them. So today we will do a reading across ages. We have two people who will be reading along with me, two at different ends of the age spectrum. Without saying much, I will first like to introduce to you our first reader. She is 73 years young. Yes, I call her young, and you'll realize when she comes on screen why I say that. She has worked as a librarian at the renowned Sanjeevan Vidyalaya in Panchgani, Maharashtra. Now, this school was actually founded by her father-in-law, Sri Rao Sahib Pandit, with his brother, Sri Krishna Rao Pandit, in the year 1922. That's how old that institution is. She loves drawing, she loves painting and reading and cooking too. At Sanjeevan, she was a part of the Marathi Literary Association. Now, they had to train a lot of students for presentations, for public speaking. So, hence, selecting the appropriate literary material, training the students, making sure that they are good at presenting was a part of her job. As a result of this, she started collecting poems and some passages, and which then became her passion. So, let me see if I can now get her on screen. Give me a minute. So I'm now waiting for her to accept. Oops, just hold on. Let me try again. For some reason, it is getting declined. Just give me a minute, please. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
So, everyone, this is by name, I should call her Janaki Pandit, but very lovingly Viju Maushi to everyone. And thank you so much, Viju Maushi, for coming on this session. It really, really is a great honor to have you here. And as I told people, your small introduction. Please tell us how this quarantine has been treating you.
Being at home, and but I'm doing some social work also. A couple above 80, they stay just on the sixth floor, whom I give tiffin because they are really unable to, and they have no maid at all, no help at all. Wow. So I was giving them tiffin before the quarantine began.
Okay.
But now I also don't have maid. So she asked me, is it possible for you? I
Is it
said, don't
possible?
worry
Yeah.
about it. I will manage that.
Awesome.
So that keeps me busy.
Very
The whole
nice.
morning goes in my work, household.
Great, great. Now
Yeah.
I'll hand it over to you. The stage is yours. Please go ahead. What do you have for us today?
Uh, Let me first thank you, Amit, for adding my name in this group. I'm extremely happy to be a part of this session. The first poem that I'm going to recite is by Gadima. I think Gadima, everyone knows Gadima.
Yes.
Uh, in a few lines, the poet has explained the monsoon cycle. कवितेचं नाव आहे माहेर. कवितेचं नाव आहे माहेर. नदी सागरा मिळता पुन्हा येईना बाहेर. नदी सागरा मिळता पुन्हा येईना बाहेर. अशी शहाण्यांची म्हण नाही नदीला माहेर. काय सांगू रे बाप्पांनो, काय सांगू रे बाप्पांनो, तुम्ही आंधळ्यांचे चेले. नदी माहेराला जाते म्हणून तिचं जग चाले.
वाह.
सारे जीवन नदीचे घेतो पोटात सागर. सारे जीवन नदीचे घेतो पोटात सागर. तरी तिला आठवतो जन्म दिलेला डोंगर.
डोंगर.
डोंगराच्या मायेसाठी रूप वाफीचे लेऊन नदी तरंगत जाते पंख वाऱ्याचे लेऊन.
काय बात आहे.
पुन्हा होऊन लेकरू नदी वाजविते वाळा. पुन्हा होऊन लेकरू नदी वाजविते वाळा. पाना फुटतो डोंगरा आणि येतो पावसाळा. आणि येतो पावसाळा.
क्या बात है. Sundar, Sundar. So, just to tell the viewers, this poem is about the monsoon cycle. Viju Maushi, do you want to say more about this poem in your words, or should I explain?
No, you can explain.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the entire poem, first of all, one of the greatest poems, Gadi Madgulkar, poets. The poem is about, so Maher. Maher actually refers to the home of a married lady, traditionally. That is what Maher
Okay.
is. So it is kind of been akin to your roots. This entire poem describes the monsoon cycle. So it speaks about when, so you're saying the Nadi is a river. When the river meets the ocean, you are saying that it is actually going away from its Maher, but that's really not the case. Some people who are, say, blind, they literally think that once the river has, sorry?
Excuse me. The journey ends when she meets the ocean.
Yes, the journey ends when it meets the ocean. Correct, very
Yeah.
true. So, how does this cycle go? So, it's like, Sare Jeevan Nadiche Gheto Potata Sagara. So, that means the entire life of that river is, the ocean accepts it completely. Yeah. So, that is what. Tari tila athavato janma dilela dongara. So, but she still remembers the mountains in which she was born. That's exactly what it speaks about. डोंगराच्या मायेसाठी रूप वाफेचे घेऊन. So this is literally, those who have learned science properly will understand that for the love of the mountains, she takes the form of vapors through the ocean and then rises with the wind and flows. The wind is its wings literally, which takes it back.
And speedily she goes back to the mountain.
Absolutely, absolutely. So पुन्हा होऊन लेकुर. Sorry?
नाही. रूप वाफेचे घेऊन नदी तरंगत जाते पंख वाऱ्याचे लेऊन. So she is in such a hurry to meet the mountain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then पुन्हा होऊन लेकुर नदी वाजविते वाळा. पाना फुटतो डोंगरा आणि येतो पावसाळा. So it's like she returns back literally once the rains start again, and the entire cycle continues all again. So literally like the cycle of life, if you have to say it, but that's how it continues together. Wow, so beautiful, so beautiful. Thank you so much, Viju Maushi.
Should we go to the second poem?
Please. Yes.
The second poem, Champak Pushpa, is a Marathi translation of Rabindranath Tagore's poem, The Champa Flower. This translation has been made by Srimati Sumati Paigawkar, who was my principal for 3 years. The translation is equally beautiful as the original one. So I present Champak Pushpa. गमती खातर केवळ असे समज आई की मी एक चाफ्याचं फूल बनलो आहे आणि त्या वृक्षा इतक्या उंच फांदीवर उमललो आहे आणि वायू बरोबर फालताना मी खदखदून हसतो आहे. मग तुम्हाला ओळखशील का आई? तू साथ घालशील बाळ, कुठेस तू? मी मनातल्या मनात हसेन, मी चुप्पच बसेन. मी माझ्या पाकळ्या खोलून तुला काम करताना न्याहाळीन. सकाळच्या स्नानानंतर तुझ्या खांद्यावर तुझे ओले केस पसरले असताना
वा.
त्या छोट्याशा अंगणातल्या घरात जेव्हा तू पूजेला जाशील, तेव्हा दुरून एका फुलाचा सुगंध येत असलेला तुझ्या लक्षात येईल. पण तुला कळणारच नाही की तो सुगंध तुझ्याच छोट्या बाळाचा आहे.
वा.
दुपारच्या भोजनानंतर जेव्हा तू खिडकीशी रामायण वाचित बसशील आणि चंपक वृक्षाची सावली तुझ्या खांद्यावर आणि मांडीवर पसरली असेल, तेव्हा मी देखील माझी इवलीशी सावली तुझ्या पुस्तकाच्या पानावर टाकेन, अगदी तिथेच जिथे तू वाचत असशील.
क्या बात.
सायंकाळच्या वेळी उजळलेलं दीप हाती घेऊन जेव्हा तू गाईच्या गोठ्यात जाशील, तेव्हा मी टप्प दिवशी पुन्हा एकदा जमिनीवर उडी मारीन आणि पुन्हा एकदा तुझा स्वतःचा बाळ होईल आणि गोष्ट सांगण्यासाठी तुझी विनवणी करीन. तू विचारशील, कुठे गेला होतास? वाईट मुलगा कुठला? मी नाही सांगणार. हेच वाक्य त्यावेळी आपण दोघंही बोलू ना ग आई?
क्या बात है. So for all the viewers, this is a very famous poem, The Champa Flower, by the great Rabindranath Tagore. If you some of you who were there on the last session will remember that the English version of this poem was recited by Madhura. I'll recite that same poem again, but it's a very beautiful relationship which she has tried to bring about in this, which Tagore has tried to bring about. So it goes like this. Supposing I became a champa flower just for fun and grew on a branch high up that tree and shook in the wind with laughter and danced upon the newly budded leaves. Would you know me, mother? You would call, baby, where are you? And I should laugh to myself and keep quiet. I should slyly open my petals and watch you at your work. When after your bath, with wet hair spread on your shoulders, you walk through the shadow of the champa tree to the little court where you say your prayers, you would notice the scent of the flower, but not know that it came from me. When after the midday meal you sat at the window reading Ramayana and the tree's shadow fell over your hair and your lap, I should fling my wee little shadow on the page of your book, just where you were reading. But would you guess that it was the tiny shadow of your little child? When in the evening you went to the cowshed with the lighted lamp in your hand, I should suddenly drop onto the earth again and be your own baby once more and beg you to tell me a story. Where have you been, you naughty child? I won't tell you, mother. That's what you and I would say then. That's how Tagore wrote those words beautifully. And Viju Maushi,
Yeah.
that Marathi translation sounded much more better than how I recited right now.
No,
But
not at all,
beautiful,
not at all.
really. No, it was really very nice.
I was
Uh,
fascinated.
and thank you so much for sharing those two lovely poems. The other thing which I want our viewers to see, if you can see properly right now, is what you see behind Viju Maushi. So this has been done by her on her home wall, all by herself. Okay, so this is her creation. So she is not limited to just reading poetry or reading passages, but this the art literally flows through whatever she does. And Viju Maushi, if you could possibly flip the camera, I want to show them something else too. Correct. Now, if you could just pan it to the other side. Yes. So the other structure which you see on the wall, just above the sofa, that is also something which she has created on her own. She creates magic with a lot of things, and I'm glad that because of this we actually got to see. Viju Maushi, you can turn the camera back again onto you. Just double tap. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much, Viju Maushi. This was really beautiful. Can you tell us about the one behind you? How long did it take this to make?
1 month.
1 month. Wow.
Yes, because whenever I do one figure, it takes a lot of time, pressure. I really literally perspire when I get the perfect figure. I've done that because I have done it on the wooden planks,
Okay.
which I could keep on the table and sit and do. But
Correct.
on the wall, I thought this with the glue that bangle pieces will come down. So I
Right.
had to give it a base. So cold ceramic base I
Oh,
prepared.
wow.
First that I gave, and on that I stuck the bangle pieces and made this figure.
Okay. Did you have to color them separately, or are these colored pieces?
These are bangle pieces, broken bangle
Broken
pieces. So they
bangles. Oh
are,
my God.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Great. Vijay thank you so much.
Thank you, Amit.
Please take
Thank you.
care of yourself. It has been very nice speaking to you, and I really hope that we get you once more again. You have a treasure house of
Definitely.
poetry. So once
Sure,
again, we will see you once again. But for now,
sure.
thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. You too.
Wow. So that was dear Viju Momshi, Janki Pandit by her name. And it was absolutely wonderful having her. I could see in the comments there. Thank you very much for appreciating that. Hi Gargi, thanks for joining in. Hi Rakhi. Everybody who saw it. Hi Devapriya. They loved the way Janki. Again, now the real name comes to my mouth now rather than her loved name, Viju Maushi. The way she spoke to us, the way she recited, each of everything just left a mark on us. And thank you so much. It's been very nice. Now, from 73-year young Viju Maushi, I'm going to move to somebody who is 22-year-old. She is a certified data analyst. She loves to create content for fashion and style. And let me see if now I can get her on screen. There she is. Hopefully, she is there. Okay. Wow. So, friends, this is Sanika Khandakar. How are you, Sanika?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you too. Wow. So how is everybody at home? How are things with you during quarantine?
It's been critical these days, so we are staying home. We're enjoying good food. New experiments has been done by mom and me. So for now, it's going good because we don't have any option. We have to stay at home. So why
Correct.
not practice some more important thing? And then this is the ads on. So thank you so much.
True. How are you managing work and all? Is it fine?
Right now, though, I'm going on with few kind of tasks, so that's bit manageable for me. So
Okay.
luckily, I'm managing everything.
Very
Hopefully,
nice. Brilliant.
yeah.
So now, what do you have for us today?
Okay, so before that, I want to thank you because this platform is very rare and unique because I have never been to live sessions. This is the very first session of mine, and you encouraged me so much that day, and then thought that
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna enjoy it. So today I'm reciting this poems of Rabindranath Tagore, which is one of the most famous, and his poems is something which gives a lot of vibes, positivity, lights, and whatnot. Actually, for
Okay.
every human can feel the poem so well, right?
Okay.
So I'm narrating two poems today, which is Where the Mind is Without Fear, and the
Wow.
second one is Light. So shall I start?
Yes, please.
Okay. Where the mind is without fear. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Where where the knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments. Where the words come out from the depth of the truth, where the tireless striving stretches its arm to its perfections, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into dreary desert sand of dead habits, where the mind is led forward by thee, into ever widening thoughts and actions, into that heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country awake. My Father, let my
My
country
country
awake.
awake. Brilliant. I
So,
think Tagore had this very beautiful way of bringing words to life. We saw that with the way the translation which Viju Maushi also read out right now. Similarly, and even this poem has been a beacon of light for a lot of leaders too, and for a lot of people in sense when you feel that the chips are down, what is it that you could look forward to? So
exactly.
true, very nice.
Because people in India actually are facing many problems. So I think one small contribution from me can, help them think good and, all positive over that. So it would be my pleasure.
Perfect.
Really. Okay. So my second poem is Light. So
Okay.
before that, I want to tell there are many translation of this poem, but this one is what I like the most. So I'll start with
Sure.
it.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Light. Light, my light, the world feeling light, the heart sweetening light, the eye kissing light. Ah, the light dances, my darling, at the center of my life. The light strikes, my darling, the chords of my love. The sky opens, the wind runs wild, laughter passes over. The butterflies spread their sails on the sea of light. Lilies and jasmine surge upon the crest of the waves of light. The light is shattered into gold on every cloud, my darling, and it scatters gems in profusion. Mirth spreads from leaf to leaf, my darling, and gladness without measures. The heavens river has drowned its bank, and the flood of joy is abroad. And the flood of joy is abroad.
Right. Wow. The first thing which struck me was the topic itself, light, where
Yeah.
everybody is possibly looking out for something that could bring a bit of positivity into their lives. And the entire theme of the poetry speaks about how light actually is for a lot of people. And I think you read it really beautifully. So
Thank you so
so nice, very nicely done. Tell me, did you? I mean, how did this? How did those poems? Are these poems do you enjoy poetry in general, or is it just your first time exploring poetry as like this?
Okay, let me be very true about it. I haven't been experimenting on poetries that much.
Okay.
Yes, stanzas, if I really love, I can, read it twice, 100 times. I can enjoy reading it.
Okay.
But my passion is something else. But then once, I've started, this is the first session, and actually, personally, I love it a lot. So, I'm actually looking forward to do a lot of sessions with you because I'm actually loving it. And it's not a bad option to make it as a habit or, as a hobby.
Awesome. Great,
Yeah.
great. Sanika, thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you on this session, and it's been wonderful listening to both the poems which you had today, and we really hope that we see you once again sometime later.
Sure,
Okay.
sure. I'd be glad coming to your channel and, doing something else then rather than poem. I would be good to, whatever you say me, I'm there to help you out with.
And one of the sessions we have to speak about fashion.
Oh, that then.
Okay, great. You take care. Say hi to everyone at home and stay
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah, even you stay safe and be happy.
Take care.
Yeah.
So that, my friends, was Sanika. We have had somebody from 73 years. We went down to 22 years, and now somebody of 42 years will read out a poem. So we are trying to cover a triangle of ages in this session. This is the last poem for this particular session, and it's a poem by a very less known poet, Temitayo Ankara. She comes from an African country, and she's spoken about life is a journey. So I'm going to read those few lines to you. Quite interesting, and they kind of evolve as the poem progresses. Life is a journey. Life, they say, is the essence of living. Living, they say, is the essence of life. Life, thus, is a journey that we live through. In the journeys we make, we are faced by the reality of brute. In the reality of brute, we come face to face with our fairy tales. In our fairy tales, we get to learn from our experiences. In our experiences, whether bitter or sour, we learn to live by and face the opportunities tomorrow brings. With the opportunities of tomorrow, we survive. When we survive, the damaged things we revive. And the reconstructions we live by. Life can be beautiful, life can be sweet, if only we live by her rules. Then life would treat us fairly. And we would walk back home at the end of this journey, whether long or short, whether good or bad. Back to where all belong, to the great beyond. Life is indeed a long way home. That is what the poet speaks about life. I like a few of those lines in between where it says, when we survive, the damaged things revive. That's exactly what a number of people, a number of countries, a number of nations are witnessing, experiencing currently. So if we try and live by certain things which are expected, or not really expected, but which would make this planet a better place, I think we should try and do our bit. And each one of us has been trying to do it in the past few weeks, past few months. Some of the countries are now trying to come out of the quarantine periods. Some of them have started putting in new rules and regulations in place to deal with the so-called new normal. I'm very wary of the word normal, because then we tend to become comfortable with it. Hopefully, this is something as an evolution for us, and as a species, we should have evolved much more better. But having said that, it has been a pleasure bringing this session to you. Thank you, Viju Maushi, once again. Thank you, Sanika, once again, for being here. And thank you to each one of you who have been a part of this session once again. Somebody from Australia, I don't know if the Ghazal Mastro from Australia is still awake and whether she would want to say a final Ghazal before she dozes off to sleep. It's 1:30 or 1 o'clock there. But if she's not around and if she's not going to sing her Shairi or Ghazal, then I would say thank you. But I'm going to wait for a moment if she says yes. If she does not say yes, I'm going to go away. She knew that I was going to embarrass her. But thank you so much. Thank you to each one of you. It's been a pleasure. Ritika, I don't think she's going to agree from Sydney right now. I think she may have already dozed off by the time this banter ended. She's not even responding to our comments online there. But anyways, I hope each one of you stays safe. Take care of yourself. Be good. Stay smiling, and I'll see you once again tomorrow. Tomorrow is an early morning session in UK. Early morning is 10 a.m. UK, and hopefully we shall see a few of you around. And we will be speaking on being an artist with Rahul Inamdar, who's an artist who does abstract paintings. And if you have any questions for him about art, about paintings, about being an artist in general, please drop them into me on my DM and I'll try and pick them up with him. So thank you so much. This is Amit Sangekar signing off from Beyond Reading with You, Season 2, Session 5. Take care.